can paint the world a beautiful picture. Hold it up for everyone.
Hello my friends, Stephanie Bernard for the Stamps of Life with another quick tip for you. So as you might be aware, I have come out with my own line of Sizzix dies, and they are called, one of the lines is called Flip It dies, and they make cute little cards that look like this. So here's a butterfly, and then you open it up and then you can write something on the inside or decorate the inside. This is the square Flip It. Now some of them, like for example, this is the circle. And I want to show you how easy these are to use because I've had a lot of questions about them. Now, for example, these dies will not fit in the green machine by our competitor. Okay, they are too wide. So this is too wide for them to fit through the green machine. Okay, they also will not fit through the Sizzix original die cut machine that you use the lever. Okay, I just want you to know they will work in the Vagabond, the Big Shot, and the Big Kick. Okay, so if you don't have one of those, I highly recommend you get a Big Shot because it is literally one of my best friends. I love it, and it has diamonds on it. There's a diamond on here, and there's 2 diamonds on the back. So you gotta have the bling. So let me show you how easy these are to use. There's 2 different situations. Some machines, because each Big Shot and Big Kick and Vagabond has at least 200 pounds of pressure on the rollers. Now I know way too much about that because I also work in research and development at Sizzix. So I do know that some machines have a higher tolerance than others. So some you might need the Crease Pad and others you might not. So I'm going to run this through my machine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make my Sizzix sandwich. I have my bread or cutting pad. I have my die. Then I'm going to, which I call the meat because it's the good stuff. And then I have my cardstock, which I call the condiment because that's kind of the fun stuff. I'm going to lay it down, and then what does every sandwich need? It needs a second piece of bread. So I'm going to lay my cutting pad on top. Now I'm just simply going to run this through the machine. Now just so you know, this die cuts and scores at the same time. So I'm running it through. Now let's see if this machine, because I have lots of machines, this one did not need the Crease Pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half towards me and then fold it back on the second set of score lines. And now I have a perfect Flip It card. Isn't that great? Now you'll notice that the scores are perfect on this one, but if your machine cuts on those score lines, then you need to use a Crease Pad instead. You'll run it through the exact same way, but instead of using your second piece of bread or your cutting pad on top, you'll just use your Crease Pad on top, and then that way your score lines will not cut through. Now, I want to show you something else. Because this die has metal on the inside, it's also a movers and shapers die, which is really nice because then I can add other little magnetic shapes. So here's one of the fancy frames, and you'll notice this matches some of my other designs from Sizzix, the framelets, and also some of my stamp sets as well. Now I've come out with 6 different designs. They're sold in packs of 2. This is a butterfly and flower. Now that butterfly looks familiar, doesn't it? Because it's also on an embossing folder and it's a stamp set with the flower, and that's an embossing folder as well, that flower. Then we have 2 cute little hearts, and then we have 2 of the fancy frames. So what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to open this one up. And I'm going to use one of those cute little hearts. Look at that little tiny heart. And I can place it anywhere I want on that metal. I'm going to lay it right there in the corner, and it's magnetic, so it doesn't move. You know, once it's there, it's there. I'm going to move it right there, kind of tilt it a little bit, and I'm going to run it through. Now, the fun thing about this is this Flip It's card die can be completely changed each and every time by just simply changing out the magnetic piece on the inside. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through the machine again. And let's see what this one looks like. It's like magic each and every time because you never know exactly what it's going to look like until you see it. And I'm going to pull that out. And oh, this is cute. I haven't done this one yet. Can you tell? So again, I'm going to fold it in half and fold it back. And now look how cute that is. I have a card that has the cute little heart on the inside. Isn't that adorable? Now think of all the different possibilities. I could add another heart. I could do, you know, the flower, or I can center it and put it perfectly in the center. Lots and lots of fun opportunities. Now make sure you check out our website because the Flip It cards do have their own idea gallery up at the very top of the gallery. Check it out. My design team is amazing. They've put in some incredible designs using those Flip It dies. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.